Ottawa didn't see this one coming. Danielle Smith has just unveiled what she calls a nation-building pipeline project, one that bypasses the bureaucratic maze of federal politics and aims straight for the global stage. Alberta isn't just asking for permission anymore. It's moving forward, with or without Ottawa. Smith has made it clear, she's confident she can bring British Columbia's David Eby on board. Her message? Alberta's future depends on moving oil, and this new pipeline corridor, capable of carrying 1 million barrels of oil a day, will do just that. The proposed route would push Alberta's resources out to either Prince Rupert or Kitimat on the northwest coast. And with it, roughly $20 billion in annual revenue could be unlocked. Let that sink in, $20 billion. Every year. This isn't just a pipe in the ground. This is a full-scale energy corridor. It's a package deal that includes not only oil pipelines, but also railway expansions, LNG export lines, and even direct trade infrastructure linking Alberta to Asia and Europe. And unlike past efforts blocked by Ottawa, like Keystone XL, Energy East, and Northern Gateway, this one is being built from the ground up with provincial cooperation and private sector backing. And most importantly, Indigenous communities aren't being left out. They're being brought in as equity partners, real stakeholders with real ownership. Alberta's Indigenous Opportunities Corporation has already delivered $750 million in equity partnerships, with plans to scale that to $3 billion. That's not a promise. That's capital. That's power. That's participation. And this time, Alberta's not playing by the old rules. Smith says the federal government has about 6 months to prove it's serious about national infrastructure. Otherwise, Alberta's moving on. She's not asking for a rubber stamp. She's building anyway. In a bold move, Smith named the cornerstone of this project, a 42-inch pipeline carrying a full 1 million barrels a day. This would be a complete game-changer for Alberta's economy and Canada's energy exports. And with global instability rising, demand for stable, democratic energy sources has never been higher. Alberta knows it. The world knows it. But the question is, does Ottawa? Prime Minister Mark Carney now finds himself in a political bind. His administration continues to champion climate goals, but struggles to match that with practical infrastructure solutions. Meanwhile, provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are getting tired of waiting. And here's the kicker, Alberta's already producing over 4.2 million barrels a day, but bottlenecks and cancelled projects have stifled further growth. That's billions in lost potential. According to estimates, the cancellation of just 3 projects, Keystone XL, Energy East, and Northern Gateway, has cost Canada as much as $55 billion annually in foregone revenue. $55 billion. That's money that could have funded schools, hospitals, debt relief, and yes, even climate action. So Alberta's doing what it must, taking control of its own future. Instead of begging Ottawa for approvals, Smith is unlocking an entirely new route that links Alberta's resources to Asia through Prince Rupert and to Europe through Churchill, Manitoba. The port-to-port corridor, as she calls it, spans the entire continent. And it's not just about oil, it's about trade, agriculture, shipping, national security, economic sovereignty. Prince Rupert already moves 30 million tons of cargo annually. This new plan would triple that. And Churchill, equipped with year-round shipping lanes thanks to Canadian icebreaker fleets, could become a gateway to Europe, no tanker ban drama required. And while Ottawa continues to tangle itself in the red tape of Bill C-69, the so-called No More Pipelines bill, Alberta is building partnerships. Premier Webb Kinnew of Manitoba is fully on board. Saskatchewan's Premier Scott Moe is backing the idea too. Even though Saskatchewan might not send much oil west, Moe sees the bigger picture, more rail capacity, stronger AG exports, and greater regional stability. In short, Western Canada is forming an alliance. A united economic front. And it's sending a clear message to Ottawa, either help or get out of the way. And let's talk about the environment, because that's the first argument thrown at Alberta every time pipelines come up. Smith's response? Action, not slogans. Alberta is investing in real decarbonization. Carbon capture systems. Direct air capture. Hydrogen projects. Net zero emissions from the oil sands by 2050. Not idealism. Investment. Technology. Solutions. Compare that to the virtue signaling press conferences in Ottawa, where Indigenous equity is talked about but rarely materializes, and where climate promises are made without credible plans for energy stability. Alberta's doing the opposite, offering real ownership to Indigenous communities and cutting emissions without cutting prosperity. The truth is, Alberta isn't just building a pipeline, it's building a strategy for survival. In a world scrambling for stable energy, Alberta wants to be the solution. And it's tired of waiting for Ottawa to figure that out. Smith's pipeline announcement is more than just economic policy. It's a political line in the sand. And separatist sentiment in Alberta. It's rising fast. Recent polls show support for independence climbing to as high as 37%. That's more than a third of the province open to breaking away if Ottawa continues to block growth. And why shouldn't they feel that way? Alberta funds a massive share of Canada's economy. Its oil powers programs in provinces that openly oppose energy projects but still cash the checks. That contradiction is becoming harder to ignore. This new pipeline proposal isn't just about oil. It's about sovereignty, equity, independence. The western provinces are tired of being told to sit quietly while the federal government ties up development with paperwork, ideology, and indecision. The message is clear: Alberta is done waiting. It's building the infrastructure. It's securing the partners. It's moving ahead, with or without Ottawa. And if this pipeline gets built, if it succeeds in rerouting Alberta's economy directly to international markets, it won't just change Alberta's future. It'll reshape Canada's future too. For better or for worse. Because the pipelines are happening. And this time, Alberta isn't asking.